You know what I find interesting is that there are 16 major religions that actually happened and were believed in and were celebrated, were written about, had stories about, on and on and on. And they all had just about the same exact story as Jesus. They were all born of a virgin. They all had fathers that were carpenters. They all died on a cross for your sins. There were actually over 16, but just for the sake of this video, we'll say there were 16 major religions that believed in that same idea, and they all happened at least hundreds of years before Christ and all the way back, thousands and thousands of years. So the thing about it is, I grew up Catholic, then I became a Christian, and something happened in my life where it tested my faith. And your faith, your belief system, you can think of that as a very fine string. And you don't want to be dangling from a thread, I'll tell you that. And that's what a belief system is. When you're tested, that thread is going to snap, just like it did me. So I had to learn. I had to go back to the beginning and learn and start studying ancient civilizations. And then I realized, that all of the creation stories, all of these stories are the same. Okay, different names, different times, different things, different animals, same damn story over and over and over and over and over again. It's a story. The people from thousands of years ago had to pass information down through storytelling. So the thing about this is, you have to learn how to read the story properly, because there is encoded messages in every story, especially the Bible. Now, perfect example of having an encoded message in a story that's been passed down for generations and generations is the story of the rabbit versus the turtle, okay? The hare versus the tortoise versus the hare, whatever, you know the story. This is the story about the turtle that raced the rabbit, and the rabbit was super cocky, and at the finish line he fell asleep, so he didn't cross because he was cocky, because he knew he was faster. And the turtle slowly but surely made it and passed him at the finish line and won the race. Now that story is teaching you a lesson. This is stories parents and grandparents teach to children as a lesson. You understand what the lesson is, I'm sure. I don't have to explain it. The point of that story is, of course, the lesson of the story. The point is not that a turtle raced a rabbit. Okay, there was no race. There was no turtle race. So no, the turtle wasn't on steroids. No, the rabbit didn't have a broken leg. No, the rabbit wasn't in a bad mood that day. No, the race didn't happen. You got what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that the story isn't very real. When you become face to face with your belief system and that line snaps and you have to learn what's actually going on, when you get to that point, check out my website, withthesun33.com. And if you're not there, that's okay too, because it took me a little while to get there. But from my experience, in my opinion, if you are relying on a belief system in very hard times, that belief system is going to prove you wrong. It just is. But again, this is my opinion, and I love you all.